Radio.co.
There was a huge learning curve for me with digital radio. I come from an analog world, and most of what I do is in the analog world. So I had to learn everything from what a broadcasting tool is to how to operate the radio platform. I have relied heavily on the instructional videos that Radio.co offers. I've pretty much learned everything I know about running the station as far as the platform and digital side goes from those videos.
Radio.co, of course, allows us to have a scheduled background 24/7 radio station where we can take over so long as we have an internet connection. That's the only requirement, an internet connection and a microphone. Free software is all we need, bearing in mind we were penniless. So that's exactly what we did. And within a fortnight of physically deciding that that's the route to go down, we were on air 24/7.
Radio.co allow us to just focus on the content and take away all the issues to do with technology. They make integration, the use of it, so easy. So you can get online from home, you can load up shows very quickly, you can even broadcast over your iPhone.
Hey Alexa, launch Shady Pines Radio.
Playing Shady Pines Radio.
Radio.co is pretty sweet. It makes creating a radio station obtainable for anybody who's willing to put in a little bit of time. It's really pretty accessible and pretty intuitive. Yeah, it's powerful tools that are easy to use.
So Radio.co kind of sits at the center of how we broadcast. It's the sort of middleman between our studio and the world for live shows. It's where we host all our pre-recorded shows and schedule them alongside all the playlists that we run in the background, like when we're not actually broadcasting live. So it's basically our whole back office.
Playlisting is really useful. I'm currently working on a way of if we get the right file names, then they're going automatically into the right playlists on the right dates, and then if all goes to plan, then we just have to check every now and again, make sure it's working, and then Radio.co does the hard work for us.
When this first started during the lockdowns, I was still working in a cafe, and like when the social distancing and everything was happening, so Steam Radio for a while was run off Radio.co on my phone from like under a till. So yeah, that meant I could actually do everything remotely.
We are in an internet generation, and obviously it's a digital platform. Through Radio.co we managed to set up the radio, which is quite interactive.
It's a really accessible platform. Yeah, it's a really accessible platform. It's really simple to use. There's a really kind of active relationship there.
Setting up the radio station was a means to reach out to people, and also to the communities, and also to the service providers, where people can just come in and people could join in from wherever they are, and people could share. And I think that's the whole idea.
I think student radio is sort of the perfect bridge between getting into your professional industry. I think without student radio, you'd be a little bit screwed maybe. So yeah, you learn a lot of really important skills for like transitioning into professional radio stations. I think it's a really easy to use platform. There's nothing on Radio.co that a complete beginner couldn't look at and figure it out within 10 minutes. I mean, there's obviously like extensive tutorials and things like that they could look at, but it's very user-friendly. And also I think being online and using a platform like Radio.co allows us to be a lot more free in what we broadcast, because we're not sort of regulated or restrained in the same way that a lot of other student radio stations are.
Morley Radio is the community radio station for Morley College London, and we aim to engage with not just with the students but also with staff, with the local communities and also the communities of practice. I feel very passionate about giving people a voice and giving them the tools to feel confident about themselves, about what they can do, about what they can achieve. One of the reasons we chose Radio.co is because the platform is really easy to use. If it was for me as a radio manager, the one tool that is really useful for me is looking at statistics. So looking at the listener figures, looking at where people are listening from, how many people are listening, that is the part that for me personally is a really useful tool.
Well, first of all, we couldn't broadcast without Radio.co, so that's highly important. Like everything we do runs through it. And I think when we first started out, like a big question was like, how are we going to broadcast? And We had so many different conversations, but the one that just made sense to us was Radio.co. Like it was so simple to set up. It's so easy to use, and like all of our interns come in, they've never had any training before, and I'm like, this is Radio.co, let's do this, and it's just like picked up so quickly. But it's also really accessible. Like, let's say there's an emergency and their show isn't scheduled in, or the right file isn't in the like playlist. I can be out at dinner, get a text message that that's wrong, go on my phone and switch it up and change it immediately. For an internet radio station, we're always out and about, and to have that was like so key. It was so necessary.
It's super easy. Everything from the scheduling to the music uploads, everything is seamless, which, I mean, at the end of the day, we want it to be as easy as possible, which is exactly why we chose it.
And just before you go, have you ever thought about launching your very own radio station? What if I told you that it's literally never been easier to do just that? Especially with our award-winning Radio.co platform at your fingertips, and broadcasting experts there to guide you all the way. Want to know how? Then book in a free demo by visiting radio.co/demo to schedule in a quick, casual, helpful conversation with myself or a colleague. We'll even give you 20% off your subscription just for attending. It's all right, isn't it? We'll show you just how easy it is to get your own internet radio station up and running in mere minutes. Whether it's building playlists of your favourite music, scheduling in a live, real-time programme, even building your very own branded mobile apps, Radio.co does it all. Still interested? Well, visit radio.co/demo and let's live out your dream of running your very own global internet radio station.